Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. So, 2020 election, after all, was in fact rigged. How was it rigged? Well, Twitter, Jack Dorsey admitted that they did suppress the Hunter Biden story, and they shouldn't have. And now we have Zuckerberg saying that they suppressed the Hunter Biden story, and they did other censorship about COVID under pressure, and they shouldn't have done it in the FBI. So we're being told that we're crazy conspiracy theorists. Now they're all confessing that we were right, and the FBI that was under Donald Trump even participated in it. Not to mention those 50 some odd national security people. I mean, it's truly amazing. These are the people that claim Trump is a threat to democracy. This is insanity what goes on in our country now. All right, the FBI actually played a role. Zuckerberg said the FBI told him it was Russian disinformation. They knew it wasn't Russian disinformation. Facebook followed that lead along with their other suppression. It's awful. And what the mainstream media piles on, and to this day, the mainstream media doesn't say, oops. They keep playing their role. This is beyond crazy. It's dystopian. It's 1984. It's criminal. It's wrong. It's wild. In the United States, the people fighting to save democracy are being accused of being a threat to democracy. How do these people sleep at night? How do they sleep at night? Well, there's going to be a debate September 10th, ABC. We'll see how it goes. I'm very confident that Kamala Harris is going to do. I did a last night, this is funny, at dinner with two of my buddies. I'll try to do this again. It was about taxes. If they ask Kamala about taxes, here's probably what her answer would be. A tax is a tax that the government taxes people to get tax money, and then they use that tax money as tax money for a tax. You know that's what's going to come out of Kamala's mouth. Texas kicked off 1 million ineligible voters. And by the way, this is so funny. Trump's apparently up 5 points in Texas, and they're acting like, oh, it's close. It's close. He's going to win by 10 at least. But what's funny is they act like it's close. But when Kamala's up 1 in a battleground state, they say, oh, she's winning. More hypocrisy from these folks. Massachusetts apparently secretly has spent $1 billion on illegal non-citizens, and there's GOP lawmakers there wanting to find out what the hell is going on. Nicole Shanahan taking a lot of grief. This was Robert Kennedy's running mate, and she's pushing back, basically saying the Democratic Party has lost their way, lost their soul, and she's right. There's rumors that Kamala Harris, speaking through aides, supports the border wall now. But we don't hear it from her. This is how she campaigns now, through aides. This is insane. It's insane. Jack Smith went and got another Trump indictment on the document. I mean, you can't make it up. The guy is like Captain Ahab with Moby Dick. Trump is Moby Dick, and he's Captain Ahab. He has to get this white whale. He's got to get him. I mean, he'll kill himself in the process. California Senate passed the bill. If you're in California, by the way, California is like 2-1 for Kamala Harris. Who are these people that live there? The state Senate just voted to give free housing, free down payments to illegals for houses. Why? How? They're broke. Why would you do that for an illegal instead of a legal citizen? Are you nuts, California? I think you are nuts. Lowe is getting rid of their equity, diversity, and inclusion because it didn't work. Goodwill stores in Seattle. This is sad. If you didn't know, Goodwill uses handicapped, disabled people to make, manufacture, work at these stores where they sell things that people donate or are made, and that's how they fund their programs. They're having to close down a Goodwill store in Seattle, their last one, because of the theft. That's sad. Kroger is under fire for charging for cash back, kind of acting like a bank. We'll see what happens. Ex-Peloton billionaire pictured here. Guess what? He says he's lost everything and had to start over. Well, some of the things he did at Peloton was pretty shady. Stop and Go is going to say no more cigarettes. You know what? I believe, and you get to choose what you sell. It would be neat, though, if all the stores in America just stopped selling cigarettes. By the way, I would never support a government mandate that they not sell cigarettes. The polls. I kind of did a Google search. Then I started looking around the polls. Donald Trump is going to be just fine in these battleground states. Don Lemon was shocked. He told Jennifer Psaki, shocked at how so many black people think Trump is on their side. Because he is. And Russia's threat. You know what their latest threat is? We could knock out the West Wi-Fi and GPS. Just think what would happen in Europe if that happened. Everybody would get lost in the Black Forest. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Local News. Well, we got an axe murderer. Remember when they said that my wife's an axe murderer? Well, this guy, Joseph Rudd, 25, is a real axe murderer. He killed his father with an axe. That must have been one hell of a fight. Extreme heat today. What's it going to be, Jamie? We usually don't do the weather, but they're closing schools early and everything else. 97. It's a heat wave. You know, in Texas and Dallas and stuff, they do 100 degrees. We're a bunch of wimps here. All right, Northern Kentucky needs 6,650 housing units. Let's start a housing business. All right, Kenton County schools. You know what? You can look at this one of two ways. You can look at it as awful, and you can look at it as kind of funny. But Kenton County Schools apologizes for confusion. They sent out a gender sexuality topics letter to 63 students to get parental consent to talk to them, but they went to a lot more kids than it was supposed to go to. By the way, this isn't like a criminal matter. It's not actionable, but it's bad. You get a letter like this and your kid's straight. Like, what's going on? All right, State Representative Beverly Chester, a Democrat, arrested. Chester Burton, excuse me, she's a hyphenated woman, was arrested for DUI. J.D. Vance was in Lexington 2 nights ago for a big shing-ding led by Kelly Craft. It was in eastern Kentucky, but they couldn't get enough people to go, so they moved to the Lexington so they could do it like a statewide thing. Sheriff Jamie Knoll, this guy's a character in Indiana, Clark County, Indiana. He stole $5 million for play, and he finally pled guilty. The judge says, I want to talk to some victims before I sentence you. He might get more jail time than he wants. And an $8 million romance scam. Stole $8 million. Pamela Moore only got 2 years. Would you serve 2 years in jail for $8 million? I think most people would. I think I would. 8 million, 2 years, that's a lot of freaking money. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.
Hello, Jamie Spindley here. You're watching Eric Deters World News, the latest world headlines. U.S. prosecutors has added new charges against Donald Trump, claiming he tried to influence the outcome of the 2020 election after losing to Joe Biden. This follows a Supreme Court ruling that grants presidents significant protection from criminal charges related to official action whilst in office. Ukraine successfully launched its first homemade ballistic missile, as announced by President Zelensky. Ukrainian troops also reported capturing hundreds of Russian soldiers in several areas in Russia's Kursk region. Meanwhile, Kyiv and other parts of Ukraine face missile and drone attacks. In other news, with Typhoon Sangsang nearing, Japan is bracing for impact. Airlines have been cancelled, and Toyota has temporarily shut down its facilities across the country as a precaution. And heavy rains caused a landslide in a town near Naples, Italy, leading to evacuations as search is underway for missing women and children who are feared to have been caught in the landslide. That's the latest world news. I'll be back tomorrow. Cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. Reds lost to the A's 5-4. You can't even beat the A's, but it's okay. The season's lost anyway. Jamar Chase practiced, and he's going to play in the opening game against the New England Patriots. All teams got cut down to 53 players. There's always some interesting cuts. Then players cut more and add players. This is a great story. My son sent this to me. Joe Anderson, 2 years ago, was tailgating with the Buffalo Bills. Now he's going to be their starting kicker. And how cool is that? Joe Anderson of the Buffalo Bills. A dream come true. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Ladies and gentlemen, American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Pop Culture. Yellowstone is going to continue after this season. They're going to focus on the two main characters after John Dutton. They're going to focus on Beth and her boyfriend. So we'll see what happens there, right? Scott McQuarrie stopped his country music concert in Colorado because some guy hit a woman. We have a video clip for you.
Hey, right here. There's a lady you just hit, sir. Get police, security. She okay? Get the heck out of here. On God's green earth, at a Scotty McQuarrie show? What are you doing? Y'all let the cop know who hit the lady, because that's absolutely unacceptable. Whoever you are, that's the definition of a coward hitting a lady. Get the heck out of here, yo. Well, if we're all set, let's get on back to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, American Jury and Bulldog Nation, have a great